Gevurah is restraint. It is an inner strength. It is the idea that if you do not deserve it, then you don't get it. If you don't earn it, then you're not going to receive. The Gevurah of Tifferet Midah is the character of beauty, just the right proportion between two things or ideas that is needed to bring out a more beautiful result. You cannot have beauty without boundaries, because the absence of limitation is the enemy of art. Without proportion, there is mere random chaos. A mix of colors will not become art until each one has its boundary, its restraint. Until then, the mix becomes a mess. And in order to build boundaries in your personal life, you need an inner strength. If you want something about you to become beautiful, it needs dimensions. Let us take this to an interpersonal platform. It has been said that if you don't know how to say no, you never really said a wholehearted yes. The reason why we end up saying yes so many times instead of saying no is because so many times it is easier to say yes than to say no. For many of us, setting boundaries feels uncomfortable. We feel guilty and scared when we assert our needs. But we need to remember, setting boundaries is a good thing for everyone. Love yourself enough to set boundaries. Your time and energy are precious. You get to choose how you use it. You teach people how to treat you, and then you get whatever you tolerate. You need the power, the strength of self-discipline so that you can say yes only when you really want to. This way, you end up freeing up time, strength, and mind space to be able to get to those things you really want in your life. This is not about dropping chesed. It is about putting proper boundaries to it so you can help yourself to get to your higher priority chesed first, your primary chesed first, before doing chesed that is secondary. The rule of thumb is, only give a yes if you really, really want something. If not, say no. Because many times, a lukewarm yes can hurt more than a polite but firm no. Say yes to less and simplify your life. Because the more you say yes, the more you're going to make yourself stressed out. It also makes other people value your time less. Once you say yes to someone a few times, they start to expect it. Don't go there. You have to put your foot down, and then your life will be much more beautiful. So many people have a hard time because of that belief that love has no boundaries. It's not true that love doesn't have boundaries. The exact opposite is true. You cannot have a real love relationship without boundaries, because when you don't have boundaries, the two become dependent on each other. They need each other for existence. I know this sounds strange, but when you need someone, when you are dependent, you can never really love that person, because you are only loving the part of yourself that other person is supplementing for you. How many relationships, how many spouses love much more the fact that they are married more than loving who they are married to? You cannot really love if you feel dependent. After all, what is a more beautiful marriage? One that you need your spouse, or one that you want your spouse even if you don't need him? We need boundaries. We need to say no. We need to filter our feelings for all of these points. We need to be able to stand up. We need to be able to be strong, to stand strong in face of manipulation, to stand strong to the self-discipline, to stand strong to have the healthy balance in our relationships, to bring our relationships order and proportion. Boundaries are necessary. They're the backbone of all healthy relationships. Warren Buffett once said that the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. So how do we say no? We need to tap into the other facet of Tiferet, which is honesty. We need to be honest and explain that we have other commitments that we can't, and we just can't make it. We need to be able to take a rain check and maybe ask to push it off for a later date. Or we need to be able to just say that right now is not a good time for me. Make a plan for the future so you show some other good faith for this person. Or just suggest an alternative. Name another person who might be able to take your place. And when you do, you will create room in your life. You will find time to do what you've put on the back burner. This new breathing space will bring you opportunity. You didn't even know you were out there for you. Since you are much more available now, these things seem to just pop up out of nowhere. Most importantly, you will find the power to be more in control of your life.